into a big couple of hours for Fantom. Fantom have just announced a big upgrade to its network, launching its much anticipated Snapsync. But as we know, the market is in no mood for these types of updates right now. We're going to cover off why long term this is super bullish for Fantom and compare it to some of the other layer 1 blockchains and what they're doing. At the same time, we've got to realize that Bitcoin is down 9%, Fantom down 14%. Bitcoin is literally just wicked under 31,000 just now, and things do not look great at all. If you've watched my video from earlier today, I'm expecting much more downside, potentially for a long time in this year, in the equities markets, and that risk of translating to crypto. We're approaching now 31,000. Will Bitcoin go and test 30,029? That seems very likely. Will we breach 29,000? That's going to be the key summary. If you've not watched my video with the full breakdown from earlier, go watch that. But in this video, I'm going to explain to you the fundamental update we've just got from Fantom and why these are so huge and why these should keep you positive over the long run here for this great layer 1 blockchain. So without further ado, smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my perspective. Links below, ijaz.uk/member. Join our course member live streams. We'd love to have you in there discussing all these kind of things on a regular basis within our course member live streams. But yeah, you can see 9% down here on Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at the wider markets. Dow Jones down 1.6, 2.6 on the S&P, guys. That is blood. And 3.77 on the NASDAQ. This is horrible right now. This is really, really horrible. We're talking Bitcoin down 9%, but I just want to spend 2 minutes putting this into perspective for you. Let's look at some of these blue chip companies and look at how far down they're down today. Microsoft 3-4%, Amazon 4%, Facebook 3%. It's a tough day. The volatility index spiked by 12% today, and the market is just painful. Coinbase is down 18% in the equity markets. Things are tough. SPY is down almost 3% today, but Bitcoin looks like it wants to quickly go and test $30,000 to see whether we're going to get some support. At the moment, we've shown little support from 32,000, just been red hourly candle after red hourly candle, and not much buy the dip coming in at all. Where will the bull start to come in? We can see RSI is starting to, well, it is in the oversold territory. Whoops, there are my thumbnails. The RSI is ticking into the oversold territory here, so we need to keep an eye on this. Will this mean we can start getting some buying pressure? But look at the volumes. The volumes continue to be strong. Even these last couple of hourly volumes have been big. Fantom down in the red. We've lost our support level. If I click onto Fantom here, we're now at 57 cents. And remember, we had that support at 58. Again, not much support. A little bit of an hourly fight, but it wasn't a fight that the bulls were going to win at all. With the crypto market falling, with equities market falling, the support lines are all but hopium at this point, because if the wider markets want to go down, there's nothing holding up smaller layer 1 plays, right? Solana down 13% today, Fantom down 14.5%. You've got even Ethereum, a big boy, down 9%, Bitcoin 9.5%, Algorand 15%, 26% on Luna, down 47%. Crazy since my video I've just posted on Luna, down horribly. Look at that, lost its support at 51. This is really bleeding on Luna. 25% down today. Ouch. Rune down 16%, ApeCoin down 17%. Wow, we know that. That's the market, but that's not what we're going to focus on now. Let's park that to the side and let's talk about this, because this is big. Major upgrade Snapsync has been activated. Tweet officially coming out a couple of hours ago by the Fantom Foundation. And what does this mean? What does this mean for Fantom? Well, what it means is there's a few highlights which I want to come across, but first we need to understand what is the situation with Fantom. In other words, we need to understand what is the difference, what is going on in terms of the ABFT. So you've heard of this consensus mechanism, Lachesis. Lachesis is Fantom Foundation's consensus mechanism. And Lachesis is simply using, hopefully you guys can hear me, I don't want to lose my audio. So Lachesis is built on ABFT. The A stands for asynchronous, okay? And that's what I want to focus on today, because this is one of the unique features of what makes Fantom so strong as a DAG versus some of the other competitors such as Ethereum. So I do want to spend some time looking at that. Now, the first thing I want to explain to you in just layman's terms, because you can have a dev come on and explain this in a bit more of a complicated approach, but imagine you arrive to a train station. Okay, now imagine you arrive to this train station. This is you here, and trains leave the line every 10 seconds. Okay, so imagine they leaving the railway every 10 seconds. Now, in a blockchain, if you arrive to the train station and the train is full, okay, so this is full, you have to wait for the next train. This train will then validate itself, it will close the doors, it'll move on. You have to wait for the next train. Now, in a asynchronous model, what's happening is no matter what time you get to the train station, even if the train right there on the platform is full, another platform will open up, so you will always have a train where you can jump on. And if that one's full, another one will open up and another one will open up. They can all move asynchronously. Okay, really important. I just want to spend some time explaining that because not a lot of people understand that. That is the difference between a synchronous proof of work system like Ethereum, where you get there, either the train's full or not, you get on the train, once the next one comes on, you get validated, you go through, and then the next train can go pick up the next passengers. With Fantom, the reason you're seeing these faster speed times, and the reason why Fantom is already able to process more transactions than Ethereum on certain days, is because of this model, okay? So hopefully that helps you understand that Fantom users can submit transactions to the network asynchronously without waiting for the previous blocks to be confirmed, okay? Now, the other important thing is in Fantom, you only have one block confirmation, okay? So on Ethereum, you need multiple block confirmations. On Fantom, you only need the single one. So in technical terms, this means that finality is far quicker. Block finality is an important metric for you to look at, and it's much quicker. Remember, if you go and buy something with Bitcoin, as soon as you've made the purchase, you've got a long time to wait before finality. I think finality on Bitcoin is what, 30 minutes? On Ethereum, it's minutes. On Fantom and things like Algorand, it's seconds. So this is key. This is really, really important. I wanted you guys to kind of get that point before we then move on to understanding what does Snapsync do, right? What's this new update? Because Fantom is already one of the most technically superior blockchains out there. We know that, right? In terms of the lack-assist consensus mechanism, in terms of the asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, we know it's superior. But what they've gone and done is they've gone ahead to do some even more work to make sure that going forward, they stand in good shape to maintain that number one spot, right? They continue to be scalable. Let's take a look. This is the statement released by the foundation. I want to go through a few of the key points on here with you. So starting 14th of March, it started a couple of months ago, Fantom began applying the Snapsync release in Go Opera, which is the Fantom chain. This is the second most significant network upgrade to date. So guys, let's put this into perspective, right? When we were talking about Ethereum and Ethereum doing updates, how big a deal, how much hype, how many influencers cover it? And then there's a delay, and then there's a delay, and then there's a delay. No, bing bang bosh, update done. This is a big update. It's just because it's a smaller chain with a smaller market cap, plus we're in a bear market, that this is not getting the hype it deserves, okay? So Snapsync improves the network reliability and decentralization and maintains network performance, even as Fantom rapidly scales, okay? Really important. So let's look at some of the key highlights. And it gets a bit techie here, but let's just go through them so we understand what they say. Snapsync allows new nodes joining the network to sync faster. On testnet, nodes synced in 7 minutes using the snap mode versus 24 hours without. Okay, that's huge, guys. Versus 24 hours without. So we can't ignore that. That's an important point. Now, in other words, what this means is if you combine this with something that the developers are calling auto pruning, which allows nodes to reduce their data size, nodes running Snapsync on testnet have been able to download required blocks in just 7 minutes, guys, versus 40 hours for a full sync, okay, whilst achieving a 90% reduction in the total data storage. This is huge for the node. So this means that the entire Fantom mainnet, the whole thing, could be stored in just 260 gigabytes of data. So that's 2.7 terabytes. That's crazy. I've got hard drives with more data than that sitting here, and I can download the whole Fantom mainnet. Okay, so this is huge. This is really, really big. Now let's keep going. So unlike Ethereum, Fantom is asynchronous, what I just explained. Okay, remember, on Ethereum, you need to wait for the next train. Fantom, whatever time you get to the train station, there'll be a train waiting for you. You can get your transaction processed right then. Okay, it's just a superior model. In fact, I've got a graphical representation. This is a DAG. This is a blockchain. A blockchain is a chain. You need the whole chain to validate the next block. Here, it doesn't matter. You can go from the back one all the way to the front one. As long as you're going forward in time, in history, the process can happen. As long as you're moving to a node in front of you, you're good to go. Here, no. You just have to connect to the next one, connect to the next one, connect to the next. Right, so coming back to this, so you can see that Snapsync is built on a Lachesis light repeater, which is a variation of their consensus algorithm. So short form, LLR. The LLR stores the minimal required information from the chain to allow lightweight, stateless syncing. Okay, so this is important. I mean, in terms of what does this mean? It's just we want to make it lightweight. If you want something to be scalable, you don't want it to be heavy and burdensome on the system. And this is something Ethereum kind of struggled with. They were so early and they wanted to make things work, which they did in their fairness, but it has a lot of burden. There's a lot of baggage, which as the system gets bigger and bigger, it's called bloat. It just makes things more difficult. And that's why we're seeing those really abhorrent gas fees, right? Really difficult to use Ethereum right now with those gas fees. The gas per second will be increased over time to increase network throughput without affecting transaction fees. The time to finality, which is what we just spoke about in terms of confirming, because remember, if you want to use, let's say, Fantom for a payment mechanism, it's only good once the record is confirmed. If it's not confirmed on the blockchain, there's still time for bad actors, okay? And it's not confirmed, so you can't, if you're using it for a transaction of goods, then it's not great, right? If you need to wait minutes and minutes for your for the block finality. So this will still be approximately 1 second, even with the lighter weight performance. This is really impressive. Then all the London changes in EIP 1559, which was the upgrade, the forks done on Ethereum, are all included apart from the base fee. So remember we spoke about this in the Fantom burning video. Already, 30% of all transaction fees are being burnt, okay? So they're going to continue to be burnt. But importantly, this is an important update, the team is working on adapting a new gas pricing model for the next major upgrade. So we'd definitely love to hear a little bit more about that. Maybe I can put that to Michael Kong in our interview tomorrow, which, by the way, make sure you head into the Discord to have your say on. Emissions of the events is kept as efficient as in the previous release. Great. The chain history, fine. All of these points just kind of start talking about testnet, Genesis files. We don't need to worry about that. The migration will be seamless. Users can still submit transactions. There will be no interruption in Fantom network during the Berlin, London, and the LLR activations. After the upgrade and activation are completed, users will enjoy fast transaction confirmation times, and the new red nodes will be able to use sync mode snap. Guys, this is amazing. I mean, this is really where Fantom excel. We talk a lot about their weaknesses, and we've covered off, okay, fine, maybe they could do a little bit better in the PR, maybe they don't have a figurehead, maybe they need to do more in GameFi, Metaverse. But this is fundamentally why I know why a lot of people in Fantom believe in Fantom, because just technologically, similar to what Andre Cronje said, this is one of the best platforms out there in terms of its tech. Okay, and if you want to hear what Andre Cronje says, make sure you follow the link. I reacted to that. You guys can go and watch that. But this is a superior technical product, and they're very good at this. So developers are really good at this sort of stuff, and it's important that they start to try help the layperson understand what this means for them, because something like Ethereum did all the promotional stuff really well, but they didn't take care of business at home. And so this gas fee issue continued to cause problems, and now they need to resolve something, right? But now the challenge with Ethereum is they've got a huge total value lock, they've got huge usage of Ethereum, and now they need to change the engine of this aeroplane, which is at 40,000 feet. Crazy. Whereas what Fantom is doing is, as they're climbing, they started off with a really good foundation based on the tech available before they set off, right? Before they had lift off of the aeroplane. And as and when they're climbing, whilst they're on their journey, if new tech becomes available, they're trying to keep the system state of the art as best as possible. So another example, you're creating a new Ferrari, right? When you launch your Ferrari, you want to make sure it's got the best tech possible, the fastest 0 to 60, the best tires, the best tech, best everything. But year by year, as new technology comes out, you need to make sure you're up to scratch. Otherwise, a new layer 1 solution is going to come out there with better tech than you. So really good that Fantom, even though they're one of the fastest layer 1 solutions out there, one of the ones with the least blow, they continue to make such significant upgrades to its model, and they're able to, more importantly, prove that they can do it, right? They're able to prove that they're able to do rollouts and have good sprint methodology in their developers' code bases. They're able to hit the targets, release updates without damaging the system. That's always a good sign. That's always good for a smaller layer 1 solution, and now they can move from strength to strength. Now, really big week, right? Really big week. And this is what's crazy when you're investing. It's a really big week from a fundamental perspective. We had the launch of Felix Exchange as well, right? It's up and running. The centralized Fantom exchange is up and running. You can head over here and you can trade a whole bunch of pairs with Fantom. Yeah, it's there. It works. You've got the Snapsync upgrade, which we've just spoken about. It's a crazy, crazy week, but the markets are not having it right now. And that is why we're seeing Fantom struggling today at the price of 57. But again, if you've got long-term conviction, long-term belief, these just end up being discounts for you. And I've just been buying dip after dip. I've got no more cash left. I'm just trying to buy as much as I can. And that's the aim of the game right now, because we don't know how long these prices are going to be suppressed for. I personally think there's some more to go. I personally think Bitcoin's going to try breach 30,000 just to see if people capitulate. And then we're going to have to see how it plays out from there, because the ultimate thing is the markets don't seem positive right now. The only catalyst I can see for the market is a good CPI inflation figure on Wednesday, okay? That's the one I'm looking out for. I'll speak more about that tomorrow. We've also got the Michael Kong interview tomorrow, but that inflation figure, if it can come in showing that inflation is calling off, and remember, you're comparing to figures from a year previously where the inflation figures were high, so that works in our favor, then maybe the market can rally. But the problem is, it's not just inflation which is on the market's mind. It's the Russian war. It's supply chain bottlenecks. It's a whole bunch of different things. Stagflation is on their mind. A global slowdown is on their mind. That's what's affecting sentiment right now. There's no clarity on any of these issues. There's just a whole bunch of issues which investors are fearful of and no clarity on either of them. And that's why markets are struggling right now. So there you have it, guys. A big update with Snapsync. Good work by the Fantom Foundation from a technical perspective to get that out. Props and shout outs to them. But again, just need to hold our nerves in this market. We just don't want to panic sell. We need to see the course. We need to understand that this happens in crypto. A 9% down day can happen in crypto, just like you expect crazy 15-20% days to the upside. The volatility works in both directions. We need to understand this is not an isolated situation. This is not the project that you're invested in which is down. This is the wider market that's down. There's nowhere to find yield right now. You can't go anywhere. You can't go into any of your favorite stocks. You can't go into crypto. You can't even rotate into Bitcoin. Everything is down right now, which is why it's so imperative that you are staying in your high conviction plays. Cannot stress that enough. If you do so, you'll find this a little bit easier. Now, whenever you get red days like this, sometimes just switch off your portfolio, go for a walk, check on it every once or twice in the day. That's fine if you need to make some purchases. The other thing which I find useful as a tip, which I share with our course members, is just to do a little purchase, right? If you don't have much cash to buy anything or you've bought enough, just do a small little purchase, just from a psychological perspective, so you know you're buying the dip and you know where your conviction lies. That can really help remind yourself that this is going to turn back quickly, and it can help you stop panic selling. That's always the important thing in a downturn. As always, guys, don't forget to smash up the likes on the video. As always, don't forget to check out the Andre Cronje reaction video I did, because he had some really interesting things to say about the tech around Fantom. If you've already seen that, go and watch the Simone Pomposi CMO interview and let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.